Hello, SGDQ 2025. Welcome to the extravaganza you never knew you wanted. It's Blueprints B-Quest Bingo. But it's not me who's running. I'm just here to talk to you about what we're doing. I'm going to introduce our two vaunted and valiant competitors. In the right corner, standing at a particular height, it's Rad Ringtail.
I tried to do the B in sign language, and I don't remember if that's right. So we'll just give me a point. Give me a point for that.
What is B in B-Quest?
Yeah. So this game was originally called Bequest, and there's a lot of wordplay in its puzzles, which players that have played it even a little bit will understand. So we thought we would name this category B Quest for Bingo Quest. We have been trying to come up with a bingo category, or any category that shows off both quickly, skillfully, and sort of accurate to the game's enjoyment, and that strange mix between strategy, puzzle, and roguelike elements. And we have kind of landed on this non-lockout format. But what makes this game shine is having tons of threads open and being able to weave them all together over the course of some time. And so while we were practicing your standard 5x5 grid, we were thinking, how could we do more? And then it hit us. The blueprint, which you will see anytime we open the tab menu to look at our current house, is a 9x5 grid. And so BQuest, instead of being a bingo style, match 5 and you win, we're going to be drawing a line, just like in the game, where players will attempt to start at the entrance hall in the first row at the bottom, rank 1 in the center, and trying to draw a line using only 90-degree turns to reach the antechamber on rank 9 at the very top center.
Thank you so much for the explanation. Very well done. Very well done. But he's not here to explain. That's not what he's here for. He's here to compete, and his competitor, who is drooling at the mouth in order to get him. I forgot the word. Frothing at the mouth. He's frothing at the mouth. He's angry. He's mad. He's BobbyBurm.
We're ready to go. Yes. Hello. Yes, my name is BobbyBurm, and I'm so excited to showcase this game. And it's just a cool, different way to show. Yes, we can show a fan. What's the word I'm looking for? Like a community built bingo board made true to the game. So I think this is a really awesome, creative view into the game and a take on speedrunning this game as well. Similar to our other submission of 3 bingo, this would be a different kind of shape that we would make. So I'm really excited to try this out and showcase this for GDQ.
Thank you so much. And just in case you're wondering, drawing a line directly from the entrance hall to the antechamber, we have thought about that. These conditions are ordered in such a way where they get easier to harder. And some of the harder conditions are in places that you wouldn't expect, and we'll explain those when we get to them. But the main aim for our competitors is to draw a line from the entrance hall to the antechamber, and whoever does it wins. Competitors, are we rearing to go in the entrance hall? BobbyBurm, are you ready?
I am so ready. I've never been more ready in my life.
Oh no, don't be that ready, but thank you. And Rad Ringtail.
It's not that serious.
In the other corner. Are you ready? Right? Oh, he's not speaking. All right. Well, in any case, I will be counting down the bingo using my Bingo Sync Plus. I will reveal both of these. And when my competitors are able to see the revealed bingo cards, they're off to the races. No prep time, no nothing. They're just hitting conditions as if they were drafting the house itself.
Can I say real quick, Gilly?
Yeah.
We are makeshifting this between 2 bingo sync boards. If we did this live, we would have a much more thought out and we are putting it together on the fly, but don't expect to have to deal with 2 bingo sync boards at a time.
Yeah, this is definitely how the sausage is made. This is kind of hacked together. This idea was thought of not but 24 hours ago, but we're going to make it work. We'll estimate to be determined by race. All right, so I will start the countdown. Start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And the cards are revealed and our competitors are off. In. All right. In the Blueprints Bingo format, our number one focus is going to be to unlock the West Gate. For you see, in Blueprints, this is a puzzle game that is entirely predicated on being able to fight against the evil forces of RNG. We're going to be drafting our house basically room by room. If you've ever played Betrayal at House of the Hill, it's got that sort of format going on where you have a bunch of rooms that you are drafting from, and the more that you're able to explore the house, in general, the more resources that you have to expend to be able to explore those rooms, but the more things that you get from those rooms. Now, normally the way that you're supposed to complete the game, quote unquote, supposed to, is that you're supposed to make it from the entrance hall to the antechamber in order to get the bequest ending, to have the manor bequested to you. But we've added a list of 45 different conditions that our competitors are going to be looking at here. Reminder to Rad that you're going to want to hit... Oh, that's not what I was expecting. No, it was what I was expecting. I definitely changed it. For our bingo sig purposes, in the entrance hall and in the not so entrance hall, the antechamber, we've got conditions that don't need to be met. Just letting our competitors, as a reminder, know that they don't have to do those.
Gotcha.
Yeah, excellent work. Excellent.
I was like, that was a fast pancake house, but I'll take it. Yeah.
Yeah, you did not have to do that. But in any case, let's take a look at our conditions and see what sort of paths we are going to be looking at. Actually, we can do that over the duration of the run. I would rather explain the sort of difficulties that we're looking at through the different levels of the run. So some of these conditions, for example, the ones that are very close to the bottom, are meant to be relatively easy conditions. Digging up nothing. You just need to have a shovel in a place to dig up nothing and get sort of unlucky. Opening the gem mine, that's something that's going to be something that they expect to get on their way to, say, opening the West Gate, etc., etc. Once you get a little bit deeper, you got a slightly more difficult conditions. Having 10 plus gems. Gems, a resource in the game that are used to get more exclusive rooms. They can pile up, but very rarely do they pile up to 10. You can work through it, though, and it is something that you don't necessarily have to fight RNG super hard to get, but that's sort of the timbre of difficulty that we're working with there. And then at the top, all bets are off. Well, some bets are off. We're making sure that our competitors can do these at the very least, but making a contraption. This is a condition that we usually leave out of bingos because it's so hard to be able to get the items to line up and to get the workshop to work, but we're throwing everything against the wall. If they think that they can get to the antechamber through that side, they're going to have to make a contraption. And so that's sort of the levels that we're working with here. We're going from 1 to 5, nothing else. Now, they aren't explicitly going for things at the moment. I mean, they've both opened the gem mine surprisingly at the same time, so they'll both be able to get column 1, row 3 inside of Blueprints lower. Make sure to check that off of your boards. But they're not doing it just to get the gem mine. The gem mine is useful because it gives you 2 gems to start out at the beginning of every day. Quick reminder, these mansions are transient. That's a very fancy word for it. They're temporary. Whatever you build in the duration of a day, once a day ends, the mana resets and you have to start a new manor. So whatever resources that you can get to be permanent, such as, for example, opening the gem mine, you're going to take that and you're going to snap it up. But there's other reasons to be getting that too. Inside of the utility closet, there's also the ability to power on the garage. The garage is the only way to get to the West Gate. Not only is this a condition on the board, which they basically end up hitting in any case, they also need it in order for a bunch of the conditions that are going to be higher up here, because that gives access to a bunch of rooms that you can only draft in the so-called West Path outer room. So, as an example of something that's only going to be, that you have to do that for, looking at... Ooh. Maybe not. Maybe I have planned this board entirely to not need the outer room. The outer room is still incredibly useful in order to...
we will be getting the outer room.
Yeah, you'll definitely be getting the outer room.
The effects are so useful, yeah.
Oh, trade a microchip at the trading post. Easy one. Trading post is only available in the outer room, so you must get it there. Some of these higher up ones don't explicitly give outer rooms by name, but like if you want to make a contraption, it's very likely that you're going to either want a trading post in order to trade resources, which is only available in the outer room, or to get the tool shed, which gives you 2 special items, most of which are craftable into contraptions through the workshop, which also requires the outer room. Not the workshop, the tool shed. So that's sort of what they're looking at here, is to be able to get access to the West Gate. He's thrown a coin into the fountain. Congratulations to Rad for hitting the first non-trivial condition coming out of the entrance hall there.
I'll take issue with that. It's a pretty trivial condition, but hey, I made
it's
a wish.
something.
So it looks like we're already heading off to the left, sort of. But again, there's no reason that they're not going to check off the conditions, especially if they're easy enough to be heading into the right direction, especially if it turns out that, hey, having 10 stars, it's a little difficult. Having the ability to draft 4 archive floor plans in a day, it's a little difficult too. They have the ability to pick off these conditions as they come up, but they're going to want to have a game plan. It's not like they're just going to pick whatever conditions they want. They may pick them up incidentally, but they've got to be working for something, which is a little bit strange because normally in blueprints, you are fighting against the luck of the house, and usually what most players end up determining is that you can't brute force towards anything. You have to give yourself a list of conditions, and where the winds may blow, you must be able to work with that to at least hit one of them. That's sort of one of the wonderful things about blueprints that makes it so, I guess, non-standard. Very, it's a roguelike, right? It's going to have that sort of condition, but the fact that you can work towards all those things at once is what we're working towards here. So we have managed to mirror that in a sort of way where each line is predicated on the conditions before it, but you can end up working on a lot of these conditions at once, right? For example, they're both in the observatory. They're not just going to do the observatory thing of looking for stars, although they are going to need 10 plus stars if they're going to take the shot up the right side, the left side. I know my directions. They're not only going to want it for that, they're also going to be picking up the planetarium here. The planetarium is accessible through the telescope in here, and so once they're able to draft the planetarium, they've picked it up, they've added it to their draft pool, which is also important for one of these conditions over here, adding 3 new floor plans, which is near the top, so that's also on the left side. So we may have a tilt towards the left side, but it sort of depends. There's a lot of things that you end up having to work towards that are not just the conditions that you can exactly match. Bobby, did you know that you don't have to reset the telescope?
No.
All right, that's a fun fact. Just a little bit of a knowledge check there is that the observatory, once you look at a constellation once, the telescope will point in the direction that is towards the stars after having set up everything that you've needed to the next time that you draft it. So you don't have to reset the telescope there. So in any case, we're now looking at the sort of more difficult, I believe both of our competitors have not hit Westgate. Is that correct?
Correct. Well, for me.
How about you, Bobby? Do you have Westgate quite yet?
I had Westgate. No, I have not.
Okay. We're already 8 minutes into the run, and both of our competitors have not hit Westgate. That's not to say that it's a dirge in any capacity. It's not a bringer of doom, but they means that they're building up resources that are going to be working towards other conditions on these boards. So, while we're here, while we're looking at the bingo board, let's take a look at these other possible conditions. Like I mentioned, that there's drafting the planetarium that will connect them to toss a coin in the fountain, which, as you saw, Rad basically hit it without trying. Although I wanted to pretend that it was non-trivial, he didn't let me. From there are 2 different ways that you can get to open the gem mine. It's fine, I'm kidding. You can either watch an entire Alzara cutscene, which is grueling in a soul sort of way, and then there's drafting both exits from a dark room, which is also soul-wrenching from a game execution sort of way. Although he is in the dark room, he's able to draft at least one of these. Is the other one accessible to you, Red?
No, it is not.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, I had the choice between that and the archives. So
yeah. Drafting the 4 archive floor plans in a day is definitely one of these conditions up here that'll get them up to floor 4, which again, it seems like we've got a lot of things going on the left, but left has a pretty hard blocker in the form of having 10 gems or having 8 inventory items. There are ways to get around these, but they may find it prudent to actually literally go around them. Now you may be asking, well, why aren't they just shooting up the middle? That takes less rooms to get there. I mean, look at how short the distance is between there and there. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've thought about this because it's something that haunted me ever since I suggested this stupid idea. Silly idea, excellent idea. I thought it would be a problem because you would end up ignoring most of the conditions, which is why I the Jester of Disaster, have intentionally put gain a chess power right smack dab in the middle of that line. Gaining a chess power is probably amongst the most difficult objectives that have been hit in the duration of a bingo board, but I will not expect or even fathom either of them going for getting a chess power here. It is harder than any of the conditions that are currently on rank 9 up here, by virtue of the fact that not only do you have to set up lighting the 4 blue flames, but you also have to have drafted the office and the study or the ladyship's chamber, and all of these are unusual and rare rooms. If you are required to get 2 rooms that are sort of unusual, that's a very difficult condition. Getting 2 of them and having the access to the elevator down might as well sweep it under the rug. But that's not to say that it's impossible. If they find that it's the one thing that they need to focus on in order to get it, you may be finding one of our competitors fighting for their life in order to draft both the office, the study, and the remaining chess pieces in order to get that chess power, if it is the way that they must get it. Or they can simply step to the left a bit, which costs them 2 rooms, but is that worth it? I don't know. It definitely is. But I don't know. We'll have to see. We are 11 minutes and 30 seconds, and you know what time that is. It's time for our player interviews. BobbyBurm, how are we doing? What are we doing? How are we feeling?
Oh, I'm stressed. There's a lot of squares. I'm trying to figure out what the best things to do here are. I'm trying to figure out, there's a couple options that I have here. I mean, I'm trying to mostly clear out the bottom, obviously, before I even look to the top. But there are some at the top that you can do pretty quickly, I think. So I'm trying to balance kind of setting up and then as well as doing things quickly, I suppose, on the bottom.
Much like how one would play blueprints, don't you think?
I would agree.
I'm really forcing that a little bit, but no, it's true. It is much like you're drafting the beginning,
It's
and
true.
you're like, I'm hoping that I get this on this row. I hope I have a room on the 8th rank in order to get to the dining room. But that's not to say that he's all of our competitors. He's only one half of them. Rad Ringtail, how are you feeling? Are you too also stressed?
Yeah, it is. I mean, obviously, the beginning is going to be the most stressful part because we have so many threads open. But because we can just focus on sort of the line, like what do we need to connect, that's what I'm trying to do. And I'm trying to just build a good house. Most of the objectives that we want to check off the list are going to be dependent on getting a lot of the rooms out of the pool that don't help us, right? So the beginning of each day is going to be somewhat similar, and so it becomes a little bit less overwhelming when you know that I only have 2 steps left.
Oh, he only has 2 steps.
Oh, no.
That's okay. What we're gonna do is draft planetarium here? No, we're not. Okay.
You draft a greenhouse.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
Oh no, you're not doing it. No, you can't interact. with
Yeah,
things.
it immediately disables your cursor. That's
It
fine.
is funny because that is not necessarily a death sentence for him. In some very rare circumstances, in bingos at least that I have done, you can run out of steps and regain them, provided that it doesn't require you to interact with the game. I should explain that. Your days sometimes end when you run out of steps. You are Simon Jones, who is he's a
14-year-old.
He's a 14-year-old sprightly little boy who gets exhausted very quickly, we'll say. I think that's the most appropriate way to describe it. He gets tired very easily. The moment that he drafts a weight room, half of his energy is gone. That's what we're sort of looking at here. When a man looks at a room and he loses half of his steps, you know that it's a big resource that you have to manage. Now, because both of our competitors are very familiar with the game, normally they are able to unlock the Orchard. The Orchard is one of the 4 mainstay permanent resources available that allows you to eat fruit and start every day with an additional 20 steps. However, that's not to say that definitely solves the step problem for the player. And the big deal with the steps is that when you run out of steps, you can't do anything anymore. You can't click on anything. You can't interact with anything. You can be saved from the fade out state with some very extraordinary methods. Again, like I've said, if I had it once where I ran through the entire dining room to make it to a bedroom that I had already been in because I had a sleeping mask, and that gave me an additional 5 steps and saved my day. That's the sort of things that we're fighting for, the inches versus the miles. But for the most part, you run out of steps, you run out of steps. The hope is, however, that you won't need to be worried about steps and you end up getting blocked off by something else. There's sort of that intangible concept of reachability that you have to fight with the mansion, because some of the rooms end up being dead ends that you can't work with. So if you draft too many dead ends, you won't have doors that you can extend the mansion with. And if you failing that, if you still have enough doorways, you may not be able to unlock anything else because you don't have the keys to make it work. So there's definitely a fight between that and the steps. Usually you don't end up running out of steps, but if you can spend steps in order to do something else, you may do that resource trade-off, and so it's sometimes prudent to end up backtracking through a bunch of the mansion instead of just going straight for one direction or another. There was something interesting attempted here. I believe Rad just drafted the foyer. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Tried.
You tried.
I was trying to get a free one, but it was unfortunately normal cost, and I was 1 gem short, so I had to go with the aquarium, which is not a bad. I mean, like, that's still a kind of difficult room to find.
Yes.
So not a problem.
Drafting a room, the first time that you see it, introduces it into the draft pool. I think it makes it slightly more common. It's usually a lot more difficult to get a room for the first time than it is to get it the second and the third time. So that was what he was attempting there. Also, another part of that is looking at this condition, full directory of 8 drafted hallways. While that is directly after the gain of chest power, which I explained was going to be very difficult, it is still a way to get directly underneath the antechamber up here. And having that full directory of 8 drafted hallways, you just draft 1 hallway and it's in the directory forever. So that's something that's worth going for in that capacity. Bobby, what are we doing over here?
I am trying to get 4 archived rooms right now, and I'm 1 away.
Wow, very good. That's quite good.
It just happened upon me. There we go. So that's those
he's
4.
got it.
That was really, really lucky. And I'm at the antechamber as well, which is neat.
Wow.
Trying to...
And I just beat the game.
Yeah, and I'm actually done, and I'm actually the developer of this game. Hello. Nice to meet you.
Nice. Wow. Tondo the flesh.
I know.
While he's pretending to be cool or whatever, I will say, sorry, that's rude. He has gotten to the 4th rank, but that's not the end-all be-all. He still has to connect to it with the rest of what he's going on. He still has yet to toss a coin in the fountain, which is an easy enough condition to hit. But he needs to either have 10 stars or draft both exits from the dark room to connect it to the open the gem mine.
Very close.
Do you have enough steps to...
okay. I have a couple things I can do here. I need to go toss the coin right now, which I could do at any time, but I have the coins to do it, so I might as well. And then the other thing is I'm going to end my day in the planetarium, which I drafted. And so that's going to be how this run basically ends. Because unfortunately I can't really do a whole lot else right now because I don't have a key card. Oh wait, I need another key. Excuse me.
Right, and once you run out of keys, again, keys and key cards are an access resource that are kind of difficult to get. It depends on what you've got. Shovels can be useful for regenerating keys because you can dig up keys. Hammers can be useful. The sledgehammer is a special item that allows you to break open certain locked trunks if you haven't had access to those yet, and those can contain keys, etc. But sometimes you just don't got keys, you don't got key cards, you can't do anything with that, and so you end up being locked out of the rest of the house.
And I'm 1 away
so you
from
spend
the
the
red
rest
room
of the
as well, unfortunately.
Very close to the red rooms one. Red rooms is a condition, drafting 6 red rooms in a day, which again is on that left side, it's on that west side. 6 red rooms is usually something that is very difficult to pull off. It's right on the line of acceptability because a red room necessarily has a negativity to it, right? There's the lavatory, which is a dead end that gives you no benefit, so that's just bad. There's the weight room, which takes away half your steps. There's the archives, which occludes one of the 3 rooms that you're drafting, which Bobby turned into an advantage with the bingo board, etc. Now, the red rooms can give you advantage in the form of like intangibles, things that are like, for example, archives have 4 doorways coming out of them. So if you're willing to make that trade-off where, you know, you don't have the ability to see all the rooms that you're using, you'll be able to have 3 extra doorways to continue navigating the manor. So it just so happens that Bobby was using enough of those red rooms in the duration of it, but he was just 1 off, which it happens, right? Especially if you're not going to be actively working towards it. Rad, in the meantime, he has unlocked the west gate, which is huge here. He's now going to have access to the outer room, which is a big deal. Like I mentioned before, trading a microchip at the trading post is on the other side. He's opened the west gate, so now he has a draw towards both the left side and also a little bit towards the east side of the manor, the right side of the manor. And some of these conditions are kind of looking a little bit easier than the left ones that we've been focusing on here. Opening 3 safes in a day, for all I know, one of these competitors could have hit it and I just didn't notice, because 3 safes, you open the safes in the duration of doing this because they give you a free gem. Well, they give you a gem provided that you know the solution to it. And these safes are kind of plentiful, and they're secretive in such a way where when you're starting out by playing the game, some of these rooms seem unappealing, like the boudoir, but once you know that there's a safe and once you know that there's a combo to it, suddenly it's a room that always gives you a gem. And these rooms are kind of plentiful, so that's an easy enough condition to hit, and they just kind of do it as it is. Trading a microchip at the trading post, like mentioned before, I think that's the first outer room that you drafted, and it was the trading post.
I actually rolled for it. I was looking for it specifically.
Oh, he looked for it specifically. Trading post is big because he can trade away a bunch of these items provided that he can continue making progress, to also re-roll a draft 4 times. So he may take a hard turn to the right here in order to go up. Drafting west and east wing halls, very easy. Almost happens incidentally at times. Something that would be worth checking for if you haven't. It's again hard to keep track of all of these conditions, but that might be the way to get past the 5th rank here as well, is to just, instead of taking the left here, which seems obvious, to actually go for the right. Is it worth picking up any of these conditions to avoid drafting planetary and drafting both exits? Well, Rad's opened 2 trunks, which is relatively easy. Digging up nothing is relatively easy, and that might be the draw that he needs to get to the rest of the way there. Hope y'all are keeping track of solving your 4 parlor. If you don't care about it, you don't care about it.
I have one more.
One more parlor to go. Very good. Very good.
Yeah, I have 2
let's look at some of these. Oh, you've got 2 parlors. Okay.
Yes.
Dang. What have you been doing in your me time, Bobby? If I could ask.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I had one run that I went pretty far in the house to try to get some like later stuff, like the red stuff, and it didn't pan out, sadly. So that was that one. Yeah.
Yeah, that can be a strategy that can work out for you. Again, like we've kind of described, that this game is a lot more about not drilling towards particular things, but if you can focus in towards something, if you happen to very luckily fall into something, it's almost always worth it to go for it. It's almost always, if you happen to be close enough, it might be worth just spending all of your resources to see if you can draft the 6 red rooms in a day, etc. But it comes at the cost of spending less days. You're spending more times inside of a single day, which you almost want to be spinning through your days very regularly in order to get through, for example, outer rooms, which, congratulations to Bobby. He's also opened the west gate, and that will unlock the condition for him. For reference, if I'm not mistaken, our competitors are tied 6-6, ignoring the first and end condition, which are there for pragmatic purposes. They're just about tied here. Bobby's got more of a tilt on the left. Rad's still kind of deciding which way he wants to go here. Again, it kind of comes down to the gating of this particular row, row 5, and then trying to extend past into the later rows and seeing what that's looking like.
I'm about to pull off something that everyone else claims is a bad square.
Oh, he's going to reset the day with 90 steps in his pocket.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh, because he ended in a sauna. The sauna is one of these key pieces.
I like
for
the sauna.
Conditions usually. Yeah, it's a likable enough room, but it's one of those things where.
Wow.
What?
I don't know. The sauna has feelings too. Okay.
I don't like the sauna. Okay. I won't lie. I won't lie. I wouldn't draft it. It gives you a lot of steps, and especially with a condition like end a day with 90 steps, which gets you up to that next area, it's a big deal. There sometimes can be a condition, I don't think I see it on here, where you're actually required to end up drafting the sauna. I don't see it. Now, Rad proclaimed himself as saying that the square was a good square because he managed to make it work. The reason that I personally think it's a little bit more difficult to work with if I were to be kind to it, and why I think it's a bad square if I wasn't to be kind with it, is that you're putting a lot of work into order to get all of these steps, and then you're instantly ending a day with all of this resource, and it's a cost. It's a major cost with just the benefit of a bingo board square. How do I feel about that? I don't know. Rad seems to have easily made the transition into it. Even he just kind of treated it as any other square by doing the sauna condition on one day and just ending a day super early. And like I said, cycling through days can be super convenient. But it seems like you're spending a fair amount of time in opening cutscenes in order to make that trade-off. We'll see if that pays off for him. We'll see if Bobby has to follow in his footsteps. Let's see. Is reading a book at the library actually one of these conditions? Let me check.
It is.
It is.
Or it's viewing stamps in the library.
Oh, it's viewing stamps in the library. Oh,
Yeah.
dang it.
Which I didn't.
That's cool.
Yeah, I should have got the magnifying glass too. Which, it is what it is.
The stamps as a mechanic in the game are normally intended for spoiler, which we're not going to be getting into. It doesn't really matter all too much. It's mostly a lore thing. How about lore? We'll call it lore. It's mostly intended for an understanding of the different regions of the political universe. There's an entire political universe that is in here that is very complicated, and we don't really need to understand it, except for the fact that we could be viewing stamps inside of the library. Okay, Rad has hit solve 4 parlors, so he's splitting all over the place. He's making his way up, giving himself as many ways to get up past 5, 6, 7, 8 as he can. Bobby, in the meantime, looks like he's picking up he's picking up west, simply maybe because it's convenient, building up the resources to see if he can get anything else. It's hard to tell. I'll start calling out some of these harder ones just in case they incidentally hit it, because again, it's hard to keep track of all of these conditions. Yeah. Buying a special key from the locksmith, that's an unusual shop, but if it pops up and it's convenient for you to get, it's just $8 in a locksmith, which may be super convenient. And that's right up the middle. Buying out the commissary takes a little bit more money. That's going to be something that's going to be so hard to work towards. Full directory of 8 drafted hallways, that might happen on accident, although that might take quite a few days in order to achieve, right? In a similar sort of vein, drafting 6 red rooms in a day, like we've mentioned before, that's something that can happen on accident. Have 30 coins is a bit of an interesting beast. You can pile up all the coins that you need in order to make that work by literally penny pinching, digging up coins, picking up coins where you can with a metal detector, etc. Or you can just manage to land a tomb and draft 6 dead ends, or even luckier, get the rare room of a vault and spend 3 gems on that. It's sort of a toss-up, but if you have those 30 coins and you manage to have the locksmith or the commissary in your house, that's 2 conditions that pile on each other. However, like I mentioned before, in order to make that any sort of useful, you're probably just going to have to be taking up just exclusively the west side. So hard to tell. It'll be a bit of a toss-up there. In another similar sort of vein, cashing a payroll check requires you to have the office and a room that is either the servant's quarter or the maid's room, which it's hard to match up those rooms because it's an unusual and an unusual, which are 2 rarities that are like a little bit they're definitely on the more difficult side, and in the duration of doing manners, you may not hit it in 10 or 20 days. It sort of depends. But cashing that out is like 10 to 15 gold, and so that works towards this entire thing. And buying out the commissary is a big deal because that's one of the connecting points for the antechamber. So who knows? Maybe just a big money day is going to hit pretty hard for one of these 2 players, and that'll give them a west path in. We're up to 29 minutes and 8 seconds. And so it's been an equidistant amount of time. It's time for interviews. Rad Ringtail, how are we feeling?
I am currently gambling on the boiler room.
I'm sorry, I was in the middle of drinking and I almost choked on my water. What are you doing?
I'm trying to find the laboratory. Because I have both microchips.
What?
And things could get very interesting.
This is an extraordinarily hard condition, which is why it's not on the board. This would allow him to add the throne room to his pool. Now, the throne room is a really, really hard room to get access to. He's going for it. He's powered the lab. He's got it. So you need to get the 2 microchips. You need to get the boiler room, which is an unusual or a rare. I don't remember which, but it's really hard.
What?
You have to. It's push up 9 after, or push up 3 after 9. So it's 9 then 3.
Oh,
You're welcome. That's how
was
rare
9
it
after
is.
3. Okay, yeah, whatever. I knew what numbers they were. Look, this is how rare this is.
Yeah, that it never
What do you
comes
want
up.
from me?
You have to have the boiler room powered up, and
Who opens Blackbridge?
you do.
Bingo.
You do. I don't know, man. He's
Okay.
powered up Blackbridge, and you need. It's really hard to get that to line up because you need the boiler room and the lab to be connected, which is a property that can only happen for a couple of rooms, mostly red rooms. So you end up like ruining the rest of your day in order to make this work. But the fact that he's made this work now. Not only does he have trigger and experiment 3 times on the board, he's got the real chance at making gain a chess power more common. For UC, I said that you draft the office and you draft the study or ladyship's chamber because you need one of each chess piece in order to work on the board below. The throne room is the other king piece, which almost never comes up. This is the sort of thing that never happens. But because he's managed to sculpt this in such a way where he has a real shot at getting the throne room gives you like a sanctum key and a bunch of other stuff, and it's kind of a rare room, but it is a king piece. So if he can get the 4 blue flames to take the elevator down to the chess room, he could get the chess room ability, the chess power, that would give him a straight shot up. Now, did he plan for that? Absolutely not. Would anyone plan for that? Absolutely not. But he could do it. He's got a chance at getting the throne room. The throne room is kind of advantageous because, oh man, strangely enough, he may actually want to complete the game in order to make it easier for the rest of his run. For UC, when you complete the game and you enter room 46, if he can manage to do it a second time, he can get access to something called the Blue Crown, which allows you to remove red rooms from your drafting pool in order to get gems, which can further him along. Getting 10 plus gems is this condition, column 1, row 1 on the blueprints lower, which is on rank 5. So big deal, entirely possible, something that he could absolutely hit. But he did manage to trigger an experiment 3 times in the meantime, but with having the laboratory alone, very incredible. Quite a draw for Rad over here. In the meantime, Bobby, what are we looking at here? How are we doing?
No, you can comment on that.
It looks like for what Bobby's doing, he's trading the microchip in for the trading post. Very good. He's getting same sort of conditions, but he's going for the slower game. And again, who the heck is going to be expecting to be getting the throne room in these sort of conditions? Again, he didn't even know the way to do that. Yellow up to there you go. So he's Bobby is currently trying to accrue enough resources to get this to work. You need to press the yellow underneath the pink, and then you spin the pink around, and so that the yellows are in the corner.
Oh yeah.
And then, oh yeah, you can't raise that one up. You got to restart. Press a gray. Yeah.
Are we solving a more? I was like trying to figure out what y'all were talking about.
Stop hitting the one in the lower right
puzzle is
corner.
this?
Stop hitting the yellow in the lower right corner. There you go. This Morajai sometimes just never comes up. So, yep, there you go. Press. Yep. There we go.
Yeah.
Are you in the master bedroom?
No, I'm in the trading post.
Trading post. He never picks up the. He doesn't like the allowance token in the trading post. It's. We'll get him next time. Having allowance is not something that is explicitly necessary in any of these. Actually,
Yes, it is.
just
It's
kidding.
in the middle.
On column 3, row 2,
That's
of
why I did
blueprints
that.
lower, you have 4 plus allowance. So if you can hit that, that's part of that vertical hit. Again, though, that gain of chess power is a complete block over there. He may just sneak around it to the left if so convenient. Or he may sneak around it to the right because he's got that draw to the left. So it is what it is. Meanwhile, Rad has currently got the equipment for the burning glass, strangely enough. So there's a decent chance he could make it a contraption, which is over here. So he's not super far off, but it is strange. Part of the difficulty is coming down to this. No, I'm not saying that I'm not saying that you're in a bad position or anything, but it's going to be a hard one to pull off so quickly, in part because of this rank right here. While drafting 7 bedrooms in a day and full directory of drafted outer rooms, those are ones that are hittable. Those are ones that you can work towards. Drafting the cloister for free is kind of luck sacky. It's something that you really have to land onto getting the free cloister for. To explain that, the cloister is a green room that costs 3 gems normally. So to draft it for free, you have to find a way to remove the gems from it. There's a varying range of conditions that are done, from axing off the gems, which does not happen, to a slightly easier way to do it, which is drafting the terrace, which is a green room that can only appear on the edge, which allows all your green rooms to not cost any more gems. That's a little bit easier, but you have to draft one room on the edge and another room not on the edge. It's a little bit difficult. The way that people really like to do it is with the secret passage. The secret passage is a little goofy in terms of being a room, because it is a hallway that allows you to pick the next color of rooms that you are going to draft, right? And the game has a rule that says that you must be able to draft at all times. You can't be like out of gems and all of the rooms cost at least 1 gem. That would just not fly. So the secret passage has something called the secret cost bypass condition, which is if all of the rooms would normally cost gems, the one in the left slot costs no gems, because you must be able to draft at least 1 room coming out of the secret passage. As it turns out, most green rooms, especially if you draft them in the middle of the manor, cost at least 1 gem. So if you are so lucky to have the cloister land in the left slot, then it's a go. So all you would need is the secret passage pointing towards a room that's not on one of the 2 edges, because that's where green rooms tend to be. And you have to have the cloister land in the left slot. So it's like a 1 in 3 chance once you get the secret passage is the most convenient way to do that. But that's hard. It's actually really difficult. It's basically depending on getting the secret passage and for that 33% chance to land. So it might not be done. Collecting a flower gem would be the other way to get past this rank. That's another one that's kind of difficult. There's a bunch of different ways to talk about it. You can fall asleep in a bunk room and draft the tomb the next day to find a singular flower gem. The easy way in comparison is to draft a pump room, which requires you to draft a pool on the same day. So you draft pool, pump room, add water to the greenhouse, and then at some point come back to the greenhouse. There's another way where you can have 20 stars in your possession and look through the observatory telescope in order to get a particular constellation. That doesn't really happen either. So again, these are conditions that, like, there's 4 different ways to do it, but they're all kind of hard, and the easiest way is still hard. So that might not work. He may end up having to go all the way around the east side, all the way back to the west side, where there's kind of easier conditions. Like I talked about, there's that money way to be able to cash a payroll check, have 30 coins, buy a special key, buy out the commissary. Money, you know. So that's kind of the look that Rad is looking at here. In the meantime, Bobby is, again, just piling up resources, although he's been getting quite a few here. He's opened the 3 saves. So he's building a contingent, he's building a continuous line that's basically going from the bottom all the way up to the top, provided that he can draft both exits from the dark room or gain an effect from ending a day in a room, which may have already happened if anybody has fallen asleep in the planetarium. Mark that off your boards. That's an easy one enough to forget.
That's what I'm planning to do today, because I have it in the bottom left. What
he's planning to do today. Yeah, he's already on 6 stars. He falls asleep in the planetarium. He gets 2 more stars, and that's a labeled thing. On the literal room, it says gain 2 stars. There are some secret effects that you can get from falling asleep in rooms, but that's just a matter of falling asleep in kind of rare bedrooms, so it's not necessarily worth doing. If you can do the planetarium thing, especially if you're going to work towards 10 stars up here as a condition. Ooh. Give me just a second.
Oh, good.
Oh.
I opened the archive room floor plan and got the freezer.
Oh, That's a rough one.
I'm doing
Yeah.
and now I have a bunch of locked doors, and it's just, this is a fun run now.
Yeah, the game has what I would consider a sick sense of humor. It whenever you have the archives or the dark room, when you are occluded from being able to look at the rooms that you are drafting, the game has a preternatural, supernatural sixth sense of putting the worst possible room in a location. For example, in the dark room, there is probably a secret modifier that gives you an additional 50% chance to draft a furnace when you can't see the rooms coming out of it, because the furnace is supposed to be a rare room, but it almost always is draft out of the dark room, and that can tend to end your days. In a similar sort of vein, he's got the freezer, which is a fun room. It can be a fun room, but it has locked him out of being able to spend gems and or money, because those are going towards the next day, and I don't think you've got particularly much of those for the next day to be preserved anyway, huh?
I mean, 7 coins, 2 gems is not
It's
the end of the world.
That's not bad. That's actually not very bad at all. 7 coins works towards the coin conditions there, and 2 gems, again, that's sort of like a morning room in disguise, but the rest of this day is basically fighting for your life, trying to draft things that aren't going to end your day. Gymnasium's a little rough, but it is what it is. Oh, you upgraded the spare room to a spare green room.
I did.
Wow.
I did. I want the
Alright.
shovel just to get the dig up nothing, so I figured why not. And I also am trying to get green rooms as well, so that's kind of my other play there.
Yeah. Upgrading rooms is not a condition that's explicitly on the board. Correct me if I'm wrong. But upgrading rooms, you can get these little floppy disks. Not little. They're the big honking ones that they literally called floppy. That you can use to modify the attributes of a room, which may be, sort of mediocre in comparison. So for the spare room, for example, is a corridor that doesn't have the hallway type, and it also can be locked. So it's just a room that goes from one to another. This is unfortunate, but he's managed to get the upgrade disc to make it into a green room, which makes it more like a green room. I mean, it literally turns it into the type of a green room, but it gets the advantages of being a green room, such as if you have the veranda, you have a better chance of being able to draft an item, especially like a shovel out of there. But also, just on its own as a green rooms are more likely to have shovels inside of them. If he had picked a hallway, he would have been more likely to be able to get keys out of the spare hallway that exists there. If there's a spare bedroom, there's a slightly better chance that he would have been able to get a dice out of there. There's decisions to be made with these upgrade discs. I believe you picked the office one, or was it the Great Hall one?
Me?
No, BobbyBurm.
Sorry, give me one moment.
Oh, he's working.
It was the office. Mine was the office, I think.
Yours was the office? Okay. There's only a couple places that you can get upgrade discs conveniently. There's 15 of them in the game, but 12 of them are post-game, it feels like. So there's only a couple of times that they ever end up in here. I believe it is not full directory of red. No, it is.
What is the third red room?
Lavatory, chapel, archives, gymnasium, dark room, weight room, furnace, maid's room. Maid's room is it?
Maid's room. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. So that's unusual. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unusual.
Yeah.
Unusual rarity.
You would expect that to be the missing one. That's correct. Yeah. And that's draft 6 red rooms in a day. Bobby is now on the upper part of the blue.
Okay.
Rings.
I got to 5 yesterday, and then
Yeah.
So
got locked out.
full directory of 8 drafted. So it's just the directory piece.
Yeah. If you check R, that's where you would be able to look
just
at
checking.
it.
Okay, I'm just missing.
You
one.
are also missing the red room for 8 red rooms, or you're missing the maid room for 8 red rooms.
I just saw it too, which is a shame.
Yeah. Yeah.
I already have Hovel, but I'm taking it again because starting with those 2 extra gems means I could probably get to 10 gems.
Ah, yes. So the hovel is one of the 8 outer rooms that probably does the most to change the appearance of the entire run. It means that you no longer spend gems on special rooms, but you spend 3 steps instead. Now, like I mentioned before, having a lot of steps is something that's really easy to accrue, and you very rarely end running out of steps. So if you can instead spend those steps in an alternate sort of fashion, you might as well. So the hovel changes that out. However, it comes at the disadvantage of being completely unable to use gems for pretty much anything for the rest of the day. So that's sort of the gamble that happens here. Why is your door still closed? What'd you do?
I don't know.
Take a microchip out and I guess we've never seen this one before. Oh, nice! He's done it! Usually the door is supposed to fully open here. Okay, so we never encountered this area in bingo ever. This is the first time I'm seeing it in bingo. This gets you access to adding the throne room as a... Do you have conservatory throne room in planetarium?
I do.
That is your 3 new floor plans. He's only gone and gotten up to row 8. Now, it does happen to be way on that left side, way on that east side. So it's really hard to make work. But if he can get the 10 keys and the 6, green rooms in a day, he might be able to make use of it in maybe the goofiest way possible by full directory of 8 drafted hallways, 30 coins, all doors in Great Hall, full directory of 8 drafted rooms. If it's worth avoiding these 2 middle ones, that just may be the way that you have to do it.
The music is so unbearably loud right now.
If there's anything to be said about the music, it knows when to blast and it knows when to keep quiet.
True.
So it's very shout outs to Tusset and
No, Trig and Gusset.
Trig and Gusset. That's
Triss and Gusset.
my bad. I should know the credits. I watch them every day to keep myself alive.
A Tisket, a Tusket, a
Triss
Trig
and a
and
Trusket,
Gusset
yep.
basket.
No. Again, shout outs to everybody who worked on this game. It's excellent. I love this game a lot. But
Shout out to Tonda, who in my interview with the game's developer said they were named Trig and Gusset.
Wow.
Yeah. Did he also tell you that Blueprints is a triple entendre?
Yes.
Of course. No,
I sent him a link to the Holly version, and he was like, he never responded.
Yeah.
And then a year later told me, oh, that's what it was. And I was like, bro, what?
Yeah.
What are you just gonna sit on that?
Yeah, of course he is. He's got better things to do, like release a game, my dude.
I guess. The
right.
music is okay. Hold on.
Do you need to
What is going on here?
Well, you did open it twice, so maybe it's playing 2 times.
Yeah. I
Plus
literally
3
could not
decibels.
hear you.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
It was. Yeah.
That bad, huh?
We'll make a bug report for that one. In any case, that normally wouldn't happen because you don't open the throne room. Because who does that? Anyways, it's quite.
Yeah,
rare.
it is extremely rare, but that's the fun part. Is you have to be ready to take advantage of really small edge case percentages, and everybody's gonna get a few of those. No matter what, you just don't know where they're gonna show up.
Yeah. I didn't even notice. Bobby's got completion up to 4. He's got basically that whole thing monopolized there. So he's got draft both exit from dark room and have 10 stars there. So if he wants to make the shot up the left side, he's got the opportunity. Have 8 inventory items. It's rough. There's a couple ways to cheese that. Especially because
3 microchips.
Yeah, 3 microchips. Yeah, that might be the way to do it. But he he's I'm sure unlocked access to those microchips, which are inventory items. The parlor key is another easy pickup item that you can get. If you get the tool shed, that's another 2 items that you can pile on top there. There's quite a few ways to make that one work. And having plus 10 gems, again, Rad is also working for that condition, but he's doing it in a hovel sort of way. We'll see whether or not he hits it. Again, very difficult even when you're not spending gems at all. Yeah, so surprisingly, I wasn't expecting this to be the case, but we've got pretty much drafts out of every rank except out of rank 9 and rank 5. Rank 5 is our blocker at the moment. They're still in the stage of the bingo where they're looking to accrue as many resources as possible, as many permanent resources as possible to just be able to get to a state where you are able to focus on things. And then once both their bingo board and their manor are in the sort of state where you can work towards something, that's when they're going to start laser focusing on completing the board. That's when they're going to laser focus on being able to get to the antechamber. Oh, how could I forget? We're 49 minutes and 15 seconds in. It's time for our interview segment, guys. BobbyBurm, how are we doing? What are we
I'm
working
doing good.
towards?
I'm at the point where I need to get like a lot of things. You know what I mean? I'm either like items or there we go. That's a big pickup. There we go. Directory
All right.
of 8 drafted rooms is nice.
Nice. This does come at the cost of being able to draft a bunch of other items throughout the house, but you have
It
completed
does.
the bingo board.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that was kind of a risk. I was gonna do a bunch of things. I think that was worth it though for the square to guarantee I can go left or right. So I can either do 10 gems or 8 inventory items. That's kind of what I'm thinking at this point right now. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at with my board. I'm trying to just get a lot of stuff. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do that.
Pile up stuff. And Rad, you're on 9 gems, and you did just draft the patio. So if you can get to another green room that would have that you already had, or maybe to a new one. Although this doesn't look good, does it? Yeah.
I'm good.
The game has a funny. I feel like the game has a mind of its own at times, and maybe this is because I am in the mindset of personally getting wronged by the game on a regular basis. But there seems to be a bias whenever you're drafting from going from east to west, where the game does not want to go north. It will fight you tooth and nail if you're going in that direction. So sometimes you have to fight against the game back. Oh, what did Rad hit here? Oh, 8 inventory items. There it is. He's just about got the lineup. He's going to need to complete with the draft both exits from the dark room, but he'll be up on 5 there shortly here. Although he needs to get row 6 conditions on the left side. Ooh, he's going to do it. Locker room. Locker room is an interesting one because it gives you a bunch of keys throughout the rest of your manor, but he's only got 21 steps. So he's really either got to figure that he can find a way to get more steps through a dining room or something along those lines, or he's going to try to open those lockers on a whim to see if some of those lockers contain more keys, which some of them do, although I don't think it's predetermined. Some of those lockers definitely contains things that are just lore based, and so you want to avoid those lockers, but some of those lockers can randomly contain, for example, an apple and orange. They can contain gems. They can contain running shoes, which is another one of these items that has incremental advantage to it and where you move slightly faster, so you're able to draft more rooms more often, but also can save you steps, which is crucial if you're going to be doing a hovel run like this. He's looking at a stamp in the library.
Nice.
Very good. Very nice. So that's going to give him the ability to connect, not necessarily with opening 3 safes in a day, which can be hard. There are some times where you get 2 of them and you just can't get that boudoir, or you can't get the office, etc. So having 4 allowance may be the easier or better way to do that at the end of the day. So viewing the stamps of the library is just a good condition all around. But again, he would have to, in order to connect up that direction, either draft west and east wing halls, which can be difficult. I believe for a fact that west and east are both unusual, so it's hard to hit both of them at the very least. And then re-rolling a draft 4 times, you either get 4 dice, which is an incredible resource, or you get 4 gems and you draft the study, which is almost harder.
Can I get a knowledge check really quick? If I look at a stamp the same day, will it also show up in the book in the library the same day?
It will.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just make sure to look at the stamp for long enough. You have to look at it for like 5 to 10 seconds.
Okay.
There's a foundation.
Ooh.
Wow. What do you do with a foundation?
Take it.
He takes it. So the foundation is one of the goofy rooms in the game where you're normally expected to get it super late on. Very rarely, some of our players have found them doing day 1 runs. It almost never happens. It's just it's a room that is expected to assist you on your ability to unlock room 46 because it's always there, and there are alternate ways in it from the basement. Normally, the foundation would be super crucial because it gives you the ability to use an elevator. It's got an upgrade disc at the bottom of it if you can unlock the elevator, which I think you might be on the draw for. Yeah, you're kind of looking at being able to unlock that elevator to get but part of the problem is he's got 5 steps. It's a dang old hovel run. But if he can unlock the elevator at a future date, then he should be able to get the upgrade disc from there. In terms of explicit conditions on here, though, I don't think the foundation's on here. Usually the foundation has an explicit reason to be there, but like sometimes it's just convenient to have a room that's always there. That's a 3-pronged room. That's 3 doors that you can be drafting into or out of. So, foundation, an interesting one. Bobby has opened 2 trunks,
which is completely useless, but I'm here, so I might as well.
Hey, I hit 7. Bunk room is 2 bedrooms, right? 2,
No.
3, 4, 5, 6.
No. It says draft 7 bedrooms.
I know, but I mean, I think we built that condition with the understand because the other ones are 6. Right?
The aquarium is there. I don't know.
I have hovel.
Oh, hovel.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 6. I have 6 squares,
6.
but the bunk room explicitly says it counts as 2 bedrooms. Look,
Usually
it's on the card.
Usually the games of bingo that I play, it doesn't count, but...
well, I'm marking it. Feel free to do the same.
Oh, so you have 6, but you're counting that as 2.
He's counting the bunk room as 2.
I see.
The game counts it as 2.
My arms are crossed
my
and
nursery
I'm
triggered
crossed.
twice.
Oh, no, it's fine. I'll let you have it. It
Okay.
gives him a strong
Good.
chance on that west side now, though. So if he does win on that west side, BobbyBurm does have the ability to call for a recount. So we'll let him
That's
have it if it comes down to that.
Here, I'll put an asterisk on it. There
All
you
right.
go.
No,
It's
he's
got a star on it.
Nice.
Yeah, there it is. All right. But
in the meantime, I did view a stamp in the library, and I did open 2 trunks, which is kind of pointless, but the stamp at least allows me to go west or east, excuse me.
Yeah, it does allow you to. Yeah, don't worry. I don't know east from west or left from right either. I'm having a rough time with that. But yeah, so we're currently looking at Bobby's got the ability to go both directions. He's got to be able to figure out how to get past that row. But again, he's got 2 on that 7th row, which Rad currently doesn't have. He'd have to figure out how to draft Cloister for free, and he's got kind of an incongruity there, where he's got the top row. He's got to sort of draw towards that east side. But the west side is what he's primarily gone for, and so he's gonna have to figure out how to connect those together. Might be gaining a chess power.
East and West Hall is so much harder than it looks.
Yes. You don't want to be spending resources to do it, but in order to do it, you really have to be on both sides of the estate, and you have to have the hallways appear in your draft rooms, and they're kind of unusual. So it's unless you can conservatory to change the rarities of them, which that's a hard one to pull off too. It's just kind of whenever the house allows you to, essentially. Meanwhile, Bobby is currently, I think, we're looking for dice, possibly?
I'm looking for
Possibly
items,
looking for
just generally speaking. I'm looking for any items that I can get.
Right.
Because I'm going for 8 inventory items at the moment.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. That gets him all the way up to 7, and that'll be real close. All he'll need is, buying out the commissary, having 10 keys, one of these 4, and that'll be the run over. So once he can get a breakthrough on that side, that'll be real close to being it. I should talk about the dice a little bit, because I didn't really have the opportunity to explain it as a resource. Dice used to be considered an inventory item. It's kind of picked up as if it's an inventory item. Dice allow you to re-roll rooms. Basically, whatever are in the 3 of your draft pool, whenever you redraw with the dice, those 3 are not included in the next, and they try to get the next 3 rooms. Unless you have a really small draft pool, but that almost never comes up. So it's imperative that you store your dice. Basically, if you have nothing better to do with it, you save it until you're in a situation where it would end your day, so that you can re-roll for a better door. And sometimes, if you're prudent about it, if you're pragmatic about it, I believe, if you're practical about it, you will use your dice in order to get a particular outer room if you really need it. So, for example, Rad re-rolled to get the trading post out in the outer room, or if he's got a secret passage and he's got green room on the end of it, and the secret cost bypass is not on Cloister, you can re-roll to try that again, provided that the Cloister is not in that draft line. So it's all up to using those dice in the appropriate sort of way that you can. Full directory of 8 drafted red rooms from Rad. Now he's got a way up on the left side. He would need to unlock all the doors in the Great Hall, which kind of a toss-up. It can happen very quickly. We had a run earlier where it happened in just about 15 minutes after the game started. But we're about an hour in, and I don't think anybody's even drafted the Great Hall with great success. So it's a room that you want to avoid unless you have exactly the setup for it. Well, Rad's got the Great Hall now. He just has to unlock all the doors in it. Surely that'll be a simple caprice.
It will not.
It will not.
There's a couple of ways that you can do this. Either you can have 6 keys, good luck, or you can draft the foyer. Good luck to that one as well. That'll be part of the which will be important if you wanted a full directory of 8 drafted hallways, which may be another way that he would make the draw onto here in case he was doing something else. But again, if he gets the foyer is a hallway that unlocks all hallway doors, or all hallway doors are unlocked. So even if you draft the foyer after drafting the Great Hall, that'll unlock all the doors, and he just has to go in and rip all those doors open, and that'll be that condition done. However, it's really hard to get that sort of thing to line up. 6 keys in a Great Hall, foyer in a Great Hall. You're asking for 2 things to line up that sometimes just don't end up happening. So we'll see exactly whether or not he's got it. He's got the schoolhouse, which is not super helpful for that purpose either, because schoolhouse adds 8 classrooms to the draft pool. Those 8 classrooms that are in the draft pool, they give you the ability to have rerolls on the edge with some sort of regularity, but you got to spend gems on each of those classrooms to make it work, and sometimes they just don't pop up. So it's a matter of hitting and hoping to see if he's got it. Okay, no gem requirement on that one, but usually you want to be spending gems coming out of the dark room just in case you get furnace or weight roomed or something along those lines.
It's okay because that's the one I needed.
Oh, that's the one he needed. I'm sure it is.
That's the first time I've.
That's not a cope. All right.
Yeah.
Excellent. So he's also drafted the 6 red rooms in a day. So Rad now also has that full sort of connection there that Bobby also has. So it'll be a matter of figuring out these 2 conditions, which is turning out to be kind of difficult. Having 30 coins, sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Like I said, it can be vault, it can be tomb, it can be accruing a bunch of coins. Coins are a very interesting resource.
Speaking of which, I just got 8 inventory items as well, which will now take me to 30 coins, maybe.
So they're both fighting for the 30 coins thing. Coins as a resource is sort of, I don't want to use such a fancy word as orthogonal. It's in a different direction to everything else, which is a less fancy way of saying orthogonal. Basically, using coins only really happens in shops and like the shrine and maybe tossing a coin in the fountain, right? Shops can be incredibly useful to spend your resources of coins in, but you can't use the coins for anything else, and you can't use any other resource as coins to spend in a shop, right? So you have this sort of strange part of the game that, like, if you could get it to line up, if you can have a lot of coins and you can also have a shop to be able to buy those things from, excellent. Great, that works. But sometimes you just end up piling up coins and not being able to spend them, and they only pile up to, like, on occasion they'll pile up to 20 on accident. But like, you've got to work to get 30 coins. So it's a matter of, that's going to be possibly the laser focused thing that there's going to be the race for, is both of them going for 30 coins here. Who knows? He doesn't have the coins for it, but that's going to be the only way that you're getting out of here, isn't it? Or you can reroll. That's the other thing about it too. Bobby's in a strange situation there, and it's 3 dead ends. Oh,
shoot.
That's rough.
It is.
That's Observatory gets you stars. That's probably
yeah. Sadly, I don't need it. I mean, you're right, but yeah,
it is what
that's
it is.
About it.
Yeah.
Shoot.
So that's that. In the meantime, Rad is currently working on. Well, what is Rad working on?
Well, I took a chance on Secret Passage to try to open the Great Hall, and it did not work. So I think we're probably tapped out. I'm going to go rest in the planetarium and start over. It was a good shot. Just never really got the steps needed. Salt? No, okay.
Never got the steps needed.
That's how it goes. I'm sorry, the keys.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't able to source anything. I just kind of kept whiffing. I mean, look at my house. Like, it never stopped. It just It didn't ever give me what I wanted.
Kept making it to rank
Where
9.
am I going?
Good question. You might need to reset. I would check to see if you have any resources that you want to keep, but otherwise, like an upgrade disc or something like that. But if you don't, you might as well call it there. Bobby on his second additional floor plan, to the best of my knowledge, planetarium and conservatory.
You're correct.
The third one is a little bit more difficult to be getting.
Yes.
There's closed exhibit, which is available. Rad did it with throne room, which again I cannot express enough.
That is wild. I cannot believe that.
You can also do it in study. You've also got underground mechanarium, lost and found. There's some. You've got drafting room you could pull.
Drafting room is the one. That's
drafting.
That's the one that
That's what I'm aiming for now. I think.
Yeah. I don't know if there's any rooms in there that you really particularly want. Dormitory is architects, which I don't think is ending up being on here. You've got vestibule, which gives you a bunch of access to different areas, which may be a useful drafting studio room. Dovecote is funny, kennel is funny, but again, would I pick them? Probably not. And then there's casino, which God bless the casino, but I don't think you need to be gambling in this run. Casino, funny enough, does have positive EV. Like, you can make money in a casino, which means it's a bad casino, but it takes forever in order to pile up enough coins to do it. I can attest to the fact that in playtesting, I have spent 3 consecutive hours inside of a casino trying to get money. So is it a good thing to do?
Okay,
now?
but there was a bug where you could have the lucky purse and it would reward you every time you won, that was taken out.
I did this after the casino. I don't. Also, by the way, I think the conditions of our NDA mean that you're not supposed to say that. I'm not sure.
No. Did it make it into the final? I think it made it into the final game.
Oh, did it? Okay. It may have.
I think it was. It was like a 1.02. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then that was a glitch that was patched after the fact. Where you could use the lucky purse in order to make money in a way that you definitely were not supposed to. Oh, he's got dice in the office. Okay.
I have 3 dice. Yeah.
Ooh, so if you can get a 4th die, that's his reroll draft 4 times. So
I'm gonna run payroll and I can spread coins.
Drawing room.
Ooh. Or you can reroll for drawing room. Or no, study is the reroll with gems.
No, I mean, like, if you use 3 dice and then rerolled with the drawing room, that's 4. Right, like you can mix and match the conditions.
Oh, does it? Hold on. Let me see. What does it say? It says reroll a draft 4 times. Oh yeah, if you're in the drawing room,
sure,
and you pick a room and you reroll that. Yeah, no, that works too. No, I forgot about that. No, that a classroom's another way that you can reroll drafts as well.
I do.
Which can come
dude.
Up. Is it chapel time? Pray. Chapel's a really funny one for money as well. There's a condition.
Well, chapel doesn't. Chapel doesn't really help, or does it?
Oh, does it not help? I'm not capable of seeing the blueprint map of the. Yeah, no, that's unfortunate. Chapel's funny. In case you're not aware, close your ears and cover your eyes if you don't want to know this next hot tip.
You're about to get a big surprise.
Yeah. If you have a burning glass or some way to light candles, you can light the candles in the chapel to access the piggy bank, which is all the money that you've lost while going through the chapel. As a red room, that is the downside of going through that room, is that every time you go in there, you have to spend money. So that's a way that you could make all of that money for the 30 plus coins. It's incredibly hard to make work though, because not only do you have to build a contraption, or even worse, have access to a torch, which is really only accessible by... correct me if I'm wrong, Armory buying it? I don't remember if there's a third way.
I think so.
Yeah, I don't remember if there's the third way. Lighting candles is an incredibly hard condition to meet in this game. But if you can make it work in the chapel, then that's that. So that would also be the way to get all of that money as well. But yeah, we're looking at we're seeming to converge on the left side, the west side, like was mentioned before. It's just a matter of making that here. So we're getting close here.
Okay,
it's just a matter of.
It's this. Wow, this is an incredible moment, actually. So I have drawing room. Well, not even that. I have drawing room, 3 dice, and 4 gems with a study, so I could re-roll this room up to like 9 times.
Very good.
That's
you don't
very
need to do it 9
solid.
times though. You just need it 4.
Get some help.
Yeah.
Get some help. Stop it.
But In order to make the reroll a draft of 4 up to the end, he will need to trigger an experiment 3 times, which I think you had a lab experiment at one point. But
give me 1 second. Redraw. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, there we go.
There is that condition for Bobby. He's now got a decent chance going up that west side. But
What time are we at?
We are currently at 70 minutes.
Okay, drafting studio is a little late.
It depends on what you're looking for. Yeah. I don't know why the time would factor into that. I guess it could.
Well, I can't take it if it comes up later, right? Like it's kind of a moot point.
No, that's fair. Picking up the drafting room, like we mentioned before, it gives you the ability to add a bunch of rooms. Most of these rooms are more useful in a casual playthrough because they're more entertaining to be able to explore. They contain hints that are lore for other puzzles in the game. But the rooms by themselves, really not too terribly moldable into anything useful. So, unfortunately, it is what it is. Drafting studio being kind of a rare. That is a third safe that you can open, but I think you need a magnifying glass in order to make that work anyway. So, oh yeah, and a room with a live animal is actually in the lower left corner. That's where Dovecote and Kennel kind of tend to pop up, is whenever you need to end your day in a room with a live animal, or you need to draft rooms that have live animals in it. This is something that is an actual in-game mechanic with the Cloister of Dauja, which is an upgrade to the Cloister room, where whenever you draft a room that has a living animal in it, it gives you, I think, +2 stars or something like that from coming out of it. It's also part of the bingo conditions that we have that are modeled off that. So, this game is really rich in like all of the ways that can be done
really
there,
is,
and that's just like a throwaway bingo condition that we have. It's 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 11 seconds. You know what time it is. It's time for the interview section. Rad Ringtail, your time to go first. What are we working towards?
I just checked 10 keys. So I built the house pretty deep, and now I have 10 keys. So I'm just kind of hoping to keep going. I've got Tomb outside. So I'm hoping to get a few more dead ends, potentially get up to 30 coins. Because of course the tomb spreads money for every dead end.
Doesn't even spread.
A little known fact, this is not, okay, well.
Oh, does he have the office?
Not yet. But I think that's my 3rd safe. Let me count. And also closed exhibit, which
closed exhibit, which is your 4th additional floor plan, like you needed it. So he's really close to making this work now. If he can get the 30
I don't
coins,
have drawing room, study. I don't have boudoir yet. Okay, so yeah, just 2.
He's got a better draw on the left side anyway. If he can get 30 coins or unlock all doors in the Great Hall, that is a direct path all the way up to row 8, and then all he needs to do is cash a payroll check or draft 6 green rooms in a day. So that's 2 conditions that he hits, and the game is over. Meanwhile, Bobby, how are we feeling? Where are we going?
Yeah, great question. I'm looking to find 5 gems at this point, or try to find the greenhouse, honestly, because then of course that one's locked. Because then I can get my water bucket more full, and then I can get more gems.
Yep.
Which is kind of my goal right now. And all these are going to be locked. This has been a really good run. And I also don't want to stop with my coins because I'm at... Okay, great.
Ooh, he got Furnace in the Dark Room.
I love that. Love that. I think that's actually the end of this run, sadly, because Veranda's locked, Boudoir is locked. So I think these are all locked, unfortunately. But yeah, so I was really close with a few things.
Holy... I just opened a locker and it had to have had 20 coins in it or something. I don't know.
He's at 28. He's at 28 coins. This is close, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice job. Close.
He just needs six green rooms in a day or cash a payroll check. 6 green rooms is pretty reasonable if you can get a greenhouse on the right side. The greenhouse is one of those wall draftables, but you have to draft it.
Oh, I drafted a Cloister
in
for
a particular
free.
direction.
So sorry, I missed that one.
Oh, yeah, you got okay. Drafting Cloister for free, and now
There we go.
shooting back. He's got his draw on the right side there. So
Yeah, I
it just
totally
needs,
forgot that.
Do I dead in this?
I trust that you got it, man. Like I'm not gonna call you. I imagine that you did. Yeah. So if Bobby can end a day with 90 steps, which again is a matter of ending a day in a sauna and then ending the next day because that gets you 90, and then drafting West Wings or East Wings or triggering an experiment 3 times. That's also him on that row too, and it's neck and neck. We're really close. We're really close. It's again we're sort of converging on that. Rad has a lot of conditions up in the buy a special key from the locksmith from Rad.
Nice.
Rad has a lot of that top row filled up, but it's just not quite at the antechamber.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of these gaps here. Commissary, Cloister for free, full directory of 8 drafted hallways. Little small things that are hard to make work. And he doesn't even have the connection on the row there, so he would have to 30 coins, which he still has not managed to get. You were at 28 coins and he did not manage to get 30.
No. But that's because I have Tomb drafted already.
Oh, he's got Tomb drafted already. Okay, so
that's gonna be
about to connect all of this. It's looking close.
Do we have 2 upgrade discs on this board? I don't think so.
No, we do not. No, we do not.
Sadly
I checked
not.
that.
I also checked.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
there it
Oh,
is.
they got
There
the
it
vaults.
is. That's like no. He got the Tomb. That's how much. That's
Oh,
where all that money's
gotcha.
coming from. So
And I don't have a commissary.
doesn't
just
have a
FYI.
commissary. Okay, can you draft one? Because that could end
No.
up too. He's got one more room to get in here, but that's enough time for Bobby.
No,
to
I
be able
can't.
to- No,
I don't think I have any openings.
I mean, on the bingo board, you have one more.
Oh,
room.
on the bingo board, right.
Yeah.
I have a secret garden key, dude. This is
There-
a sad one to lose, but
Buddy,
that's okay.
Buddy, you just got a bunch of coins to the Tomb and you're sad. Come on.
Well, it's so funny how this game works, right? Like you chase a goal
Ooh.
and you're like, okay, now
Hold
what
up,
can
we're
I
back.
do? And it's like nothing.
Hold up,
He's
we're
got
back.
the vault. He's
We're
got
so
the vault.
back.
He's also got the 30
Oh,
coins.
the moment is turning, baby.
Let's go.
It's possibly Jover. It's possibly Jover.
I need a few more things though.
Where are the 10 stars? Okay, that doesn't help me, actually. I'm just gonna...
All right, we got a lion on column 2. That's a thing.
So Bobby can sneak in with special key from locksmith commissary or payroll check commissary,
Wait,
and
special
also
key.
get that
Wait,
draw
what
in.
was that? Which one? Which one did you
Payroll
say?
check commissary or special key locksmith commissary.
Where are you saying that?
What?
Which? Oh, do you mean which one? Oh, I see.
You have a full draw all the way up to row 7. They both are
yeah.
up at rank 7. So if he can draft a commissary here, there's
Special
a
key
decent
from
chance he'll
locksmith.
also be one figurative bingo
Locksmith
away.
and
There's the
commissary.
literal bingo board. Well, there's the literal blueprints, and then there's the figurative blueprints. I've been looking at the figurative blueprints this whole time.
I'm looking for early, free rerolls and coins.
Right.
Okay, neither from the closet.
Yeah.
That's okay.
The rerolls are big
I have a plan.
because you're looking for greenhouse. That's all you're looking for at this point, I imagine.
Oh crap!
Is that not it?
Greenhouse?
Yeah, greenhouse for 6 green rooms in a day. Am I not mistaken?
I have another plan, but sure.
Oh, okay. He has another plan. He could be making the contraption as well. That's also a way up. Buying out the commissary. That's also a way up. So
I did just get the cloister for free as well.
Oh, that's cloister for free. Okay. So yeah, that's the thing that allows you to make a contraption as well. Making a contraption, that's what he's probably re-rolling for, is to get the workshop, because if he can get to the workshop and he has the items for it, that's it. Bang, dong, boom, right? Buying out the commissary, doesn't have the money for it at the moment, and he lost the ability to do that earlier. Bobby's actually looking at the greenhouse. I don't know if that gets you there.
I can't
That
do
could be
anything.
closer.
This run is actually done because I'm blocked off. Unfortunately, with all my money, I know I'm blocked in every direction.
That's 2 for, we both hit that.
Really?
Like, because I could have bought a commissary if I had a commissary last turn, and that would have been it.
Oh man.
But yeah,
Yeah.
we're one away.
That's a rough one. And And we
I'm
are
looking for shrine. I'm looking for shrine.
Shrine is useful
And it's
because
not there.
It's
no, it's
not a
not. The tool
shrine.
shed is the items to make the contraption. If that was what you were going for, although it's 1 and 1, I don't think you can tape a shovel and a hammer together and make that into a contraption. You can do that, but it won't do anything for you.
Yeah. I need to like draft quickly and see what happens. My I mean, just full disclosure, I'm trying to get gardener so I have a bunch of
Dig
spots.
spots.
Courtyards to hit that 6.
Oh, that'll be it too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah. So what he's talking about there is that there is the blessing of the gardener, which at the beginning of every day adds 8 courtyards to your drafting pool. And so those courtyards are green rooms. And so if you can draft 6 of them, that's good. However, there is a downside, which is, again, you can do that, but you have to spend 6 gems in order to draft all those courtyards. So you're kind of fighting against having to make that work. Sort of like classrooms. Classrooms also cost a gem each, and I wouldn't say pollute, but they kind of clog up the drafting space. And if you run out of gems, you're kind of toast. So that's kind of the all-in strategy that he's going for there. But if he can make it work, it's over. It's over. You know, especially because he has a shovel. The shovel gives him those incremental resources over green rooms that really help over this. Bobby, in the meantime, probably looking at
Yeah, I
special
got
key
my
from
first
Lost
ever.
Myth.
I got my first ever tomb for the day, which was
Okay,
really silly.
okay.
So now I have 10 allowance, which allows me to buy a key now if I see a locksmith.
Oh yeah, that'll be the special key for the locksmith, and that'll be the draw for the commissary. Same deal there.
Yeah, so we're
it's-
close. Ooh, and the
it's-
cheap. What is it called? And the purse, the coin purse for cheap buys.
Yeah, the purse, which every time that he collects money, he gets an additional one for every 2 coins that he gets there. Chapel's a little rough. Sometimes there can be a pile of money on the chapel, and you
Yeah.
can steal that, and you should feel bad about it, but you know, it is what it is. Oh, he gets the watering can here. That'll give him gems. Gems will be useful. I guess if he goes for green rooms, he could also take that left side. He would need...
I need the drafting
Things-
studio. I think still like it's like the key for that one.
Yeah, that's the key for
Ooh.
that 3rd additional floor plan. Unless he gets study. There's the commissary. Okay, so all he needs is a bunch of money. How bad is that looking? Is that 8, 8, and 8? Oh, okay. All right. All
We're
right.
going for the
Okay,
distance on this
okay.
run. We're going for the distance.
He's going the distance. He's
Going
got
for
the shoes
speed.
for it.
All right, we'll have to go all the
Brad
way
is playing
back.
darts. The darts puzzle is very funny because folks seem to have enough of a hang up to where the condition that is darts is you have to solve a darts board without making any mistakes. So I don't think that's on here at the moment, but
I think my day is dead, but we'll see.
Ooh, okay.
I'm trying. I mean, I've just got one more. Okay, well, library saves it.
okay. Library into not quite. Observatory for stars could give you gems or something.
8? Is that the key?
8 might be Clavis, yeah.
But I have no gems, which does not bode well for. I
no.
could get terrace, but then that doesn't like. Well, dining room into the foundation, I guess.
This is what the foundation is all about. Now he's got access to a fork here, which he has plenty of keys in order to do it. So there's a courtyard, but he doesn't have the gems for it.
And I'm blocked.
He's
Yeah.
forced into planetarium.
Here's what we're gonna do.
Oh,
That puts me at 10.
yep. Yes,
So
sir.
that doesn't really help a ton, but you know we're getting there.
You've got 10 plus stars. You can mark that on the board. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. So now it's just a matter of buying out that commissary, cashing out the payroll check, buying a special key from the locksmith. All those sorts of conditions right clustered at the antechamber. Make a contraption. Rad's got a lot more draws on it, but again, it's a matter. Sometimes it's just a
I
matter
also
of
have
the
4
luck.
plus allowance.
Oh, he has 4 plus 11. He's got a bingo.
I just did that with closer. Like it just happened. Okay, just one coin here is enough to roll. So that's kind of what I'm doing now is resetting for storeroom or pantry or something that gives me like 1 coin at the beginning because I need 5 for gardener.
Right.
And then just kind of running to the outer room to see if I get shrine.
Yeah. Bobby, in the meantime, is just looking for a way to be able to get rerolls. Drawing room is a good
Yeah.
one. If you can get the drafting studio out of here, that's pretty good.
I'm also trying to get
But-
10 gems just as a backup for any random reason in case I somehow am able to open the foyer. Just because I'm at 8, so I might as well.
You've already got the connection up there, so that's not something that you should have to worry
Oh.
about. But
Yeah.
oh, there's your full directory of 8 drafted hallways. You don't have to fill out the condition, but it's there. It's there. You got it.
Yeah, it's there. It's connected. My lines are
Ooh,
connected
lucky
now,
rabbit's
so I
foot.
can technically. I don't know. We're rushing for green now.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay, so he's got the gardener. So all he needs to do is
No,
draft.
I don't have gardener. I don't. I got root cellar, so it's like it's sort of good enough.
It's
maybe.
it's a green room. It's a green room, and that's sometimes all you need.
Okay.
Grabs the west wing.
Ooh, that's a big pickup for
Could be
office.
conservatory.
Office for
Okay.
money. All right, all right. Oh, if you
Ooh,
can get
and
the
dice.
payroll check, that might be a way to do it. If you can get the maid chamber in here
yes.
somehow.
Oh, I
Again,
already
the payroll
did it.
check.
I already did
Another
payroll check
you already ran payroll.
long time ago. Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh right, because you can only do it once a week.
Once a week,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. I think will it be in the room when you draft it? I don't remember.
Oh, maybe.
That's a good. That's such a rare thing.
I don't know.
Yeah.
that,
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
I honestly don't even.
I don't even
yeah.
know. Yeah. Well, maybe
It's
I'll
a
find
condition
out.
we hit so rarely. Yeah. Well, I guess we'll find out. Yeah.
Oh God, why am I? Okay. Well, 6 keys.
He's got 6
Will it
keys.
be enough?
You've already got the 10 plus keys, but it's just a matter of getting. I think it's gems, Freebud. I think you're just going to need those gems in order to make that courtyards all work out. Oh boy, what a strange assortment. Spare room, closet, pool.
I just have to push it off a little bit. Okay.
Oh,
I can't.
no.
Okay, bedroom is fine. That's fine. Thanks.
At this point, we're basically on the laser focus, except Rad has 3 kill shots here. Bobby's got 2 ways in, but both of them are.
I just need
dependent
money
on
at this
getting
point.
Commissary. It's just money.
I need money and a key room, and then I've done it. But that's gonna be tough to do.
Yeah,
Ooh, there's a locksmith, but it closes this run.
it does.
Oh,
close
but
this
anyway,
run.
no matter what, I have to re-roll this because otherwise it kills this run.
Terrace kills the run.
You do
That's
have
a
to.
bummer.
You do have to re-roll that because you can't afford the special key from the locksmith. So that's unfortunate. But
Oh,
hey,
gosh.
ooh, that's not much better.
All right, well that gets me out.
That does get you out. That's an out. That's an out.
Dining room for distance.
All right. At the guest bedroom. Okay, guest bedroom. Oh man, you're? I don't think you're quite locked out. You're not. It's not looking good for Rad either.
Oh, I think I'm screwed.
Oh, is that full dead end? Okay.
That's full dead end. Yeah. Well, not entirely, but
Ooh.
basically.
The one more room that you could draft, it could be something. I'm not sure exactly what it would be that would save you here. Reduce.
Oh. Oh wait, hold
You
on.
have the commissary.
I do.
He has the commissary.
Wow.
Oh my god.
And a key.
Oh my-
Wow.
Don't
Okay.
tell me this.
Hold on. Hold on.
That was you designed it. You said that lockout would have been miserable because we wouldn't have been all able to talk
it's
together.
great.
And now you eat
I'm
your
just.
words.
I'm
You
also a
must
player
savor
in this
them.
game.
I'm also. Well, I guess I could do this for a key as well, which. I mean,
What would
I
the
don't
keys
know.
do for you?
Oh wait, no, I can't go anywhere because I'm blocked
Yeah,
in the.
unless you can get 10
north
plus keys, which I think you're far out
room.
of
It doesn't
range
matter.
of.
Yeah.
He's got the commissary. So now if you can find a payroll check or buy a special key from the locksmith, buying a special key from the locksmith has got to be reasonably easy if he can get a secret passage to it or something provided.
Oh crap! Which way am I going?
He's just got to figure out where the commissary is. There's more money. Oh yeah, that pouch plus the vault.
Yeah, it's
that's
so
big.
good.
That's big.
I mean, I'm at 54 gold right now, so we're chilling there. I just need to get through.
Big chilling. Big chilling.
Actually, I'm gonna do this.
Oh, yeah, he's going to use the 1 key because, again, he doesn't have any need for using
More
keys
money.
here. It's more money, just in case. Again,
Just
some of
in
these
case.
commissaries can be biting. They can be pretty rough.
True.
So,
We'll see. I think I'm gonna have enough, but we're gonna find out momentarily.
all right.
All right, let's see here.
Oh, this is one of
Sleeping
the
mask.
easier ones. You're
Okay.
done.
Never
All right.
mind. Yeah, never mind. We're good.
All right. No-
Root cellar, is my new enemy.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Yep.
Commissary.
Payroll check.
It's a. Yeah. This is terrifying.
Yeah.
we're like dancing around. This is what it actually feels like to try to get to the antechamber.
Yes,
actually
this
get
is
to the
literally
antechamber.
it. Yeah. Oh my god, I also had the tomb
Oh man.
because I also
Yeah,
had a
no, you
shitload
had
of
more
money.
than enough money. You were fine. It's just a matter of cashing a payroll check, buying a special key from the locksmith. Payroll check, you could just land on a servant's quarters, and if the
I don't know
office
if that's
works
how
the way
that
I think it
works
does,
because it's servants'
we
quarters. and then-
find out together. We
Yes,
burn
I know.
together.
It's servants' quarters. What's the other one?
Maid's chamber, which is
Maid's
a little
chamber.
bit easier. It's an unusual red.
Yes.
I don't know if I'd bet on that.
They're both. I think they're both unusual. I think servant quarters is unusual. I think.
Servant quarters, I think, it's either unusual or rare. It's one of those things that almost never comes up. There's the shrine.
Okay.
Okay.
He's getting a gardener now. All right, it's real close here. We're looking at it being real close. The laboratory experiment here has really got to be for something useful. I'm not exactly sure what. But Rad's got the 8 courtyards in his additional drafting. So if he can pile together enough gems on this run, he's got it. So
Yeah, the gems is going to be the because I don't have an upgrade. Courtyards are fun when you have like a gem upgrade for them. Okay.
okay, yeah, courtyard 1. Or no, that's the conservatory. That's not even one of the courtyards that was mentioned. See, at this point, if Bobby can get the locksmith,
If I get the locksmith,
done.
I think I win. Yeah. If I just
you
need
win,
it.
yes. But the courtyards are piling up. I don't know how many green rooms we're on for Rad. It's hard to tell.
Do I need? I think so. I think I have to risk it.
Needs the corridor in order. Oh, he's gonna need the keys. That's what he's going for. He's going for keys.
I might be able to buy gems. You never know.
Might be able to buy.
Okay,
gems.
thanks. Kennel would be so great here. You know, just
It'd be fine. I think you're overestimating the capabilities that come with it, but you know it is what it is. All right. So
yes.
Bobby's basically trying to draft as much as he can. He's trying to build up like a decent enough one. If he can hopefully get dead-ended by the locksmith, that'll be it. He can't go into the chapel twice because then he won't have enough money. So he can't go back in the chapel.
Oh, the most important
There's
thing
the
just
secret
happened.
passage. There's the secret passage
I hate this.
What do I mean,
for locksmith.
I guess, yeah. I guess so.
Oh my God, is this it?
Where is it?
this
Where is it?
Shop.
That's hallways. This is shop. Okay.
Yellow one. Yep.
I'm just double checking
got
I
it.
don't fuck up here. Sorry, excuse my language.
I just dug up a vault
Oh, he's
key.
got the locksmith. He just needs to find the special key, and that's it.
That's it.
And that's time.
That's
Yeah.
it. Wow. That was
literally like seconds
Wow.
away. Like I mean I don't have any gems right now, but like
wow.
yeah. Let's see how. I'm just gonna keep playing while we roll it out. We'll
please.
see if I can.
I'm sorry I didn't commentate enough. I was watching both of these guys figuring out how to get to the end there.
What a race.
So we just barely went over the line of 90 minutes with a 92-minute heater there.
Wow.
But I will say that the difficulty of some of these objectives could be made to be easier in order to not put us at exactly over 90 minutes.
Correct.
Yeah, the flexibility of the time investment here is like really under our control.
But I will say we'll probably need 90 minutes for a good estimate for this at the very least.
Yes.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
60 minutes is not going to be enough. 90 minutes is good, and we'll do a lot of fine tuning to make that work. But that was incredible.
No, you won clean.
Wow.
Even with Gardner, I would have had to start a new day.
That was
Just
my
not the
God.
gem's just not there.
What a
GG.
So the path ended up being, day 1 pancake house, planetarium, coin and fountain, both exits from dark room, archive floor plans, 8 inventory items, 30 coins, 6 red rooms in a day, special key, which was the last one, and then buy out the commissary. Wow.
Buying out the commissary was big. That is a hard one to hit.
I will say how lucky I got at the end of that run. So, with finding the vault, getting the commissary, and also getting a secret passage, that's a lot. So, and also getting the locksmith and having 8 coins was a lot.
Oh,
What a run.
In any case, we should wrap this up. That was, oh my gosh, a very good competition from both of our runners. First, we'll start an interview with Rad. We were very close on that yet again. You had pretty much 7 different ways of getting into the antechamber there. It just didn't come together. How are your thoughts on how that run went for you?
Well, I wish we had been underestimate, but again, this is an experimental piece together 2-board bingo sync concept. I think you can see we have the idea figured out, and like the cards can be adjusted. I will say though that I think it's pretty clear in both our submissions that we've put a lot of work into both learning the game and like figuring out what kind of conditions make sense to highlight the game in its I don't know, like that special combination it has between roguelike and the puzzle strategy game. And in both our submissions, we came within minutes of each other. Like, I mean, it was close all the way till the end. So I think we've got the formula figured out. This game is hot. We would love to showcase it. And given, you know, the couple months at least between now and SGDQ, I mean, we've done this in a few weeks, so I think we'd love the opportunity. Hopefully, it's pretty clear we're passionate about it. And Shrine, thank you for the Gardener blessing.
And thank you so much for your impassioned thoughts. And as to our winner, BobbyBurm, who managed to sneak in right under there with buying the commissary, and he claims it's luck. I call it skill. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better than Rad. I think the only other thing I'll add is that, again, I will just reiterate that we can adjust the difficulty of this run as we please. And so, you know, in the next couple months, we can decide how to make these last few a little bit easier to guarantee that we will finish under estimate, which is fantastic. And so this was, again, as Rad mentioned, very experimental, but clearly the passion is there, and, you know, it'll make for a great race no matter what. So I'm excited to hopefully showcase this on the GDQ stage. So thanks for having us.
And for my part, I will once again remind you that if you're looking for a more traditional glitched speedrun, I am submitting any percent primarily as an incentive to something like this. So if you want to see a 2-minute heater of a way to glitch out of the game, that would be an excellent way to draw in donations in order to, at the end of this run or before it perhaps, do an any percent run in 2 minutes or less. You can check out my run over there as well. I'll speak for that part. But if not, at the very least, I'm honored to be able to commentate something like this. I apologize for getting a little quiet at the end because I ended up being a spectator instead of a commentator. I will work on that for next time, I promise. But giving us the opportunity to do this would be incredible again. Like I've said before, I was a playtester on this game for a decent amount of time. Many of the suggestions that I made, a lot of the work that I did is in this game. A part of my soul is in this game, and to be able to see it be played at such a level like this is truly incredible. And with such a high concept idea of turning the game itself into a bingo board, how can you pass that up? That's True. At least it from me. I think that's it from everyone else. Thank you very much for giving us the opportunity and the time. And we hope to see you at GDQ.